Hello, and we're into, oh, what's the date today? Mid-August almost, and I have here my cancer treatment, my chemotherapy being pumped away into my body and hosed up to here into this little place where I've got a permanent fixture. So just tap into me like a USB. We have here behind me my beautiful meadow, but here's the secret. Yes, it's a green screen, sorry. So switch on the meadow again, much prefer it. I have hiccups. Now that's part of the treatment, I am sure. So that's causing me a bit of a problem. So if I keep hiccuping through this, you'll probably understand. Now, as I say, I've started my chemo, and I have also some pictures that I would like to share with me as I was going through the chemo. Produces foam, and always a problem. Passwords. That's the thing I find more and more difficult every time, is remembering which password goes to which device. Here we are. I don't know if I get these pictures up. I am capable of smiling because every time I'm on this bloody blog I tend to be so serious. I'm not that serious a person really, as you probably understand. Yeah, there's a couple of me having a smile, and there's one of me holding my new gizmo here and looking very, very serious indeed. Quite sad. But I think I was concentrating on taking the photograph. And again, my final picture of me sitting in the hospital on a seat that they purloined from Air Emirates. I'm sure it's very comfortable, and you can lean back and put the bottom of the flap up. It's all sort of straightens out into a reclining chair. And the only difference was the food cafe was bloody awful because I had to pump it in through this device by the side of my bed into here. Now that was inserted on, when was it? What's day? Thursday. It was inserted on Tuesday, and that was quite a long process and a rather disturbing one too. And I endured that. They had to give me a local anaesthetic and push this thing through. Went around a corner, then down and down and down. I don't know where it went after that. No idea. I can only feel. I can feel a little bit of the tubing as it goes up around the U-tube, around the bend. Where it goes after that, I've no idea. It's quite a mystery to me. Excuse me. And but it does go down to the bottom of where it goes into a vein somewhere near my heart. How they do it, I don't know. But he had this special machine, and he was pushing and shoving and what have you to try and get this massage into the right place. It's quite an ordeal. As I say, it lasted an hour, and then he had to do a load of other bits of flushing out and goodness knows what. So, a rather strange experience really. So he was quite jovial and jokey, but when it came down to it, it's quite serious. I suppose he's trying to make light of what he was doing. And he says, I haven't lost anybody yet. It was the yet bit that worried me. And so we got there in the end. And at the end of it, he said, well, you're all done. No, hang on a minute, I've got something else to do. And bearing in mind it was 4 o'clock, he's done several of these procedures already through the day. I was getting a bit doubtful. Well, let's do a flushing through. So, and the nurse said, oh yeah, we better. And I thought, oh God, perhaps he's getting tired and forgetful. That wasn't very good. Anyway, at the present time, I'm okay. I get tired so very quickly. I've got to sort some things out with the pharmacist. Medications that have arrived or not, and those that I need to reorder, because I've got a shed load of medicines basically that I have to take at different times of the day, sometimes with my meals, sometimes not, at certain times. It's a regular factory. Anyway, that's it. On the whole, first day of chemo, yeah, sort of okay, I guess. I was out on Tuesday morning before I went into hospital, had this thing fitted, and I was on top of the world, and I came back from the hospital feeling a bit pushed around. So there we are. I went for coffee with some friends, and I think I could surely say it's a joyous occasion. It was a joyous occasion. I really enjoyed myself, and I think this is a thing when you've got something as serious as cancer, is you've got to find a way of looking up. And I was trying to be upbeat at the beginning of these series of videos, and I got quite down, I suppose, looking back at it. I did get down quite a lot. Oh, I wonder if this little thing here will come through in the... Oh, I've got the light coming in, the sunlight coming in through here. And I wonder if that little L shape, or like a hockey stick shape line will come through on the burst through from the green screen on the back, my beautiful meadow. Oh, I must tell you about the meadow. My daughter lives in Nova Scotia, and in the last, is it 4 years, they've bought a property right out in the sticks, and in it there's a meadow, and my daughter Benna is very much into the rewilding, so that's why it's a wilded meadow, and all those, I had to have clear out areas so we could plant some vegetables, what have you. When I visited in 2022, that was the pinnacle of the year, and we were a bit late because Benna only the year before had February of that year, February of that year, given birth to my granddaughter, and first grandchild. I'm an uncle and a great uncle and what have you, but not a granddad until this year. So of course Benna has not been able to keep up with what's going on in the garden. It's just a case of managing wherever she can. So in my 5-week trip to Canada, it was a delightful time. I was able to, she said tentatively, well, could you try clearing that little bit? What I plan to do is get some vegetables in. So I ploughed in and got a large plot of plot cleared in the June to, was it July? No, July to August. So it's a bit late. Or was it June to July? Yeah, I think it's July to August. Bit late planting potatoes, but guess what? At towards the end of the year, when it was, they have a Thanksgiving, a slightly different date from United States, but nonetheless a Thanksgiving, and they were some potatoes ready for that. That was brilliant. Most joyous about that. But anyway, that's what my meadow is. This is my meadow. But not sitting in the meadow at all, or sitting with my back to a panoramic window. It is green screen, and it's a reminder of I call it my meadow. It's not my meadow. It's not my meadow at all. It's us. It's just a reminder of that joyous. It was joyous. It was next best thing to a spiritual experience, and just to lean on the shovel and just look to see what's going on. And there's such a lot of insect stuff going on. Lots of bees. I love bees. I just love bees. Not that I've been stung. I think I have been stung by a bee, but I'm very passionate about seeing bees, and not unkind to wasps either, because they have their place as well. So I don't know why I'm saying this. I don't necessarily like wasps. I have been stung a few times by wasps, but I wouldn't. No, I don't dislike wasps at all. Anyway, I've got the hiccups and it's given me a chip, so I'm going to finish here on a brighter scale. Oh, excuse me, and smile a bit, because I can smile, except I don't smile too much because I look ridiculous. I think laughing's better. Alright, there I go.